What's up, everybody? It's Cage fan Duncan here at Fulton's house. We are doing a double review, and this is my friend Ryan from Day One review. And we're doing a double review of Day 2 of New England Metal and Hardcore Fest. And wow, it was headlined by Opeth last night. It was awesome.
Yep.
A lot of other good bands played last night. And yeah, I guess I'll let Fulton go first, and he can describe what he experienced last night.
Yeah. So Day 2 of the New England Metal and Hardcore Fest was more of a proggy day, more of a folk metal day as well. The first day was more of a thrash metal, more of a hardcore day. So definitely, I definitely am a fan of thrash metal, but I'm more drawn to the proggier side of things as well as
right.
The folk metal side of things were more of the proggy side, and Opeth and Catatonia were headlining, and to me that was just worth the ticket price, by itself. Yep. Pretty much the rest of the show was just bonus for me, and I couldn't be more happy.
All I gotta say about last night, Dillinger Escape Plan.
Dillinger Escape Plan will stay in the memories of every person at that venue. Regardless...
The craziest and most insane band to ever see live.
Regardless of whether or not everyone in the venue liked them or not, they will never forget that show.
Prior to that show, I had never heard Dillinger's music, but quite honestly, the singer landed on me after jumping off stage, and just for that, I'm honestly debating going to Summer Slaughter this summer because they're incredible live.
Yeah, I was up in the balcony most of the time that they were playing, and I had to look down and see what insanity was going down.
Yeah,
it was nuts. Some of the other bands, I did actually go upstairs for some of the bands. I went upstairs to watch Battlecross, who I hung out with.
Yeah, I did see a couple of songs from
Battlecross was fucking insane.
Yeah, I was actually up at the little merch table for actually there was this thing called Arrest Records doing a little record promo in kind of a flea market for
yeah.
I'm not sure if it was for Record Store Day or not.
It was Record Store Day.
The dude said that they were there for the whole weekend, but Record Store Day was on the 20th on Saturday.
The first when we got to the Palladium before Fulton did, me and Ryan, and the first band we caught was a band called Trollfest, which I don't know if you guys are familiar with them. They're like a folk metal band where they're kind of like Psychostick. They just write ridiculously funny and catchy songs. Like, they made us go bark like dogs at the end of the freaking set. It was like, woof, woof, woof. It was hilarious.
Unfortunately, I missed that.
They were dressed up in Bumblebee costumes. It was awesome. And,
Singer Little Wing.
Yeah, and then we hung out a little bit outside, and after Trollfest played, me and him were walking down the street. We looked in the little alley where all the equipment was there. Michael Ackerfeld of Opeth was right there, and we kind of fanboyed a little bit.
A little bit.
A lot.
I'm
not exaggerating this at all. But, yeah, it was kind of surreal. I was like, holy shit, it's Michael Ackerfeld. And we hung out. We actually talked to Trollfest a little bit. I got a picture with them. We did. That was fun. Then we looked around to see what bands were around. We ran into Born of Osiris earlier. Hung out with them a little bit. I hung out with them a lot, actually. Hung out with some of the dudes from Battlecross. And then we saw a piss bottle outside, and he tried to jump stomp. My friend Ryan tried to jump stomp on it. He couldn't break it, so I was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna take it."
You couldn't either.
I know, but that's why I took it and shoved it.
This is what I miss, in the 2 hours after the show starts, and I'm still getting there.
And then as soon as Fulton texted me, I ran into the Palladium.
As soon as I got there, we met up also with Brandon of Absent Productions.
Yes,
definitely go sub to him if you have not already. And we basically just spent the whole day together from 2:30 to closing, which was 12:30.
Around 3:45-ish, I think, Tyr went on stage.
Yeah,
they were really good.
That was the first complete set I saw. I think I can't remember who was on when I came in.
I don't remember either. Oh, it was Glass Cloud, I think, maybe.
No, actually, Glass Cloud was setting up when I got there. That's right.
Yeah.
And then Tyr played after them.
Yes, they did.
Right.
Tyr was awesome.
Yeah, talking about Glass Cloud, I've heard some songs off the album. I'm really not that big of a fan of Tony Danza. I know it's the same guitar player, right?
Yeah, same guitar player.
I'm not really too familiar with them, but seeing him, Joshua Travis, play live just makes the guitar seem like a toy, the way he thrashes everything around.
Holy crap!
I mean, I'm not really big on the music, but you know, he definitely is a good showman with the guitar. So.
Right. Then Tyr played, and me and him did some river dancing in the pit. That was fun, really fun. That was really the first time I ever heard Tyr, so I liked him. And then after that, I think the Contortionist played after they did.
Something like that. And Contortionist has the vocalist of Last Chance to Reason.
Who Mike Lesser, who is from my state. So shout out to Mike if you're seeing this, because you fucking killed it last night.
Yeah, filling in for John Carpenter, who recently just left the band. I don't know who they're gonna get to fit in with the Contortionist permanently, but. If
it's Mike,
he did a great job.
He really did. He's a killer vocalist,
and he got the crowd to sing some of the
after they
songs.
played, I went upstairs to go see Battlecross. Oh my god!
Yeah, Battlecross.
Front row for that. They actually threw the mic in my face when they played the first song, "Break You." Yeah, I just screamed "Breaking You" in the chorus. It was awesome. And for those who don't know, for Battlecross, really popular metal drummer Kevin Talley was filling in for them. For those who don't know, this guy has played for Dying Fetus, Doth, Chimera, and he's in 6 Feet Under. So he killed it. He nailed every song. They didn't play any new stuff, but and then after that, Goat Whore played upstairs.
Yeah, I did catch a couple of songs from Goat Whore. They did play a couple of songs, or maybe just one. Or at least I saw one from Blood of the Master. Which
they did play some stuff on that album.
I definitely enjoyed seeing that live.
Apocalyptic Havoc is all I gotta say.
Yeah, I think live seeing Goat Whore
I had to go
for sure.
I had to go up front for that song because, like, as soon as they that part where they yelled "Who needs a god when you have Satan," I had to freaking yell it out because that's like the most famous part in any part of Gojira's Goat Whore. I'm retarded. Goat Whore's discography, and then after they played, I caught After the Burial downstairs.
Yeah. After the Burial and Goat Whore were playing simultaneously, one upstairs and After the Burial downstairs.
And they were playing Berserker when I got down. That's my favorite After the Burial song.
And I've always kind of been hit or miss with After the Burial. I really didn't like the album In Dreams that came after.
I thought it was a decent record, but
I was
Rare
a fan
Form
of
all day.
Yeah, I was a fan of Rare Form when I first heard it, and heard it. Yeah, we can't talk very much. Our voices are blown out from last night. We didn't sleep very much.
Yeah, we didn't.
But yeah, I mean, I gotta say, like, seeing After the Burial live definitely changed my opinion on them.
That was my third
quite
time.
A bit.
That was my third time seeing After the Burial, and that was probably the best.
Really tight live band. They know how to get the crowd pumped, and the crowd definitely responds to them. And
by the way, their vocalist is absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, and he sat with us up at the top at the end of the show.
When we were watching, we were sitting down watching Dillinger, and
we're kind of getting ahead of ourselves here, but that was
he was
cool.
sitting in the same row as us, so that was cool. Then after the Burial played, Born of Osiris.
Born of Osiris came on, and pretty much the same.
Same thing.
Same thing for me. I'm really not that big of a fan of Born of Osiris.
I'm good buddies with them.
But seeing them live definitely did change my opinion of them because they definitely. I mean, I've always said Born of Osiris have great taste in guitars because I do love the Music Man Ernie Balls that they play, and I love seeing those guitars played live, and they just. They can pull off the solos live, and that's probably the most impressive part. I mean, doing those solos from the Discovery, are ridiculous on the album, but seeing them live, they nailed them. So I gotta give them huge props for that.
The only complaint I have about Born of Osiris is that they didn't play Bow Down because their set got cut short because.
They started to lose
they actually played
timing at the end.
Yeah, they played a song off the Discovery, which I haven't heard live before. They played Two Worlds of Design, and then they did the Solution outro to that. For those who have heard the Discovery, they actually sang the parts because I didn't even know that Ronnie could sing.
Yeah.
Really, I really didn't. But they played that and they had to cut their set short, so they ended with Recreate.
Yeah, one thing about the Metal and Hardcore Fest that I was really impressed with is that roster was stacked, but pretty much until half the day was over, everything was perfectly on time, but then it started to lose steam. I think they just took too long setting up one person's set, and it just messed everything up.
And Born of Osiris, and during Born of Osiris' second song, they had some technical difficulties because I'm good buddies with Born of Osiris, so I figured something was wrong because Cam, their drummer, his in-ear monitors were fucking up during the second song.
Yeah, but either way, I mean, that's just a lot of stuff to get under control, and they did it better than I ever expected, because that's too much to control the whole day.
Also, my third time seeing Born of Osiris, that was probably probably that was tied for the best show I've seen because I saw them side stage at Warped Tour last year and they were awesome. And then after
was that Ensiferum after that? Or?
Ensiferum was right after.
Yeah, some of the prog bands mixed with the folk metal bands, like that just kind of went back and forth. It makes sense, but at the end, there was definitely something for everyone there.
Yeah,
for sure.
Ensiferum, they had their little intro to the song "Symbols" on the new album Unsung Heroes, and they went into the song "In My Sword I Trust." And I was singing the lyrics to all of that because Ensiferum was probably one of the biggest reasons why I went. Because I just got into them like not even 2 months ago, and I'm obsessed with them now. Then they played Guardians of Fate off the debut album.
Yeah, they even though they have the new lineup, they still play some of the old stuff, and they made it sound great. I gotta give them huge props.
And then
Petrie nailed the solos.
He did. Petrie nailed all the solos.
He was great.
He was good. And then they played my favorite song. For those who have seen my channel and saw my drunk Ensiferum video, they played From Afar. They did play it, and I sang all the lyrics to that as well. They played, what did they play? They played One More Magic Potion after that. That was awesome.
Twilight Tavern.
Twilight Tavern,
yeah, that was
Burning
cool.
Leaves, which is another new song. And then they closed with Iron. And for those who know who have seen Ensiferum, and when they play Iron, they do that little da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
And everyone knew it, and
everybody knew
the crowd so pumped.
It was awesome.
I was actually kind of surprised that the pit took that long to go into the circle pit, because that should have started right away, and then it did not start right away.
I couldn't
ape shit throughout.
I couldn't even tell because
once it started, it didn't stop. But
I didn't see any of the pits because I was right up front for Ensiferum.
Yeah, it was pretty fun to watch from a distance.
After that, I went outside to chill for a bit. Actually, it ended up being a really long time. I ended up missing Catatonia, sadly, because I was
incredible.
I was hanging out.
These guys are idiots.
No, I'm an idiot.
Duncan's an idiot.
But I went to go hang out with Born of Osiris and Kevin Talley because they were out back, and there was some funny shit going on because Ronnie, for those who know Ronnie of Born of Osiris, the vocalist, he was a little tipsy, and he said that he once met this guy in Norway that looked exactly like me, and then I took a picture with him last night.
Great pictures, though.
And he almost kissed me. It's kind of that was funny. And then after that, I went inside. Actually, it was I think before Dillinger played. I can't remember if it was before Dillinger or was before Opeth. But
Catatonia played right before Dillinger.
No, I'm talking about it was in between sets because I ran into my other buddies that I stayed with on Friday night, and they said they just ran into Petrie from Ensiferum, and they told me he went upstairs, and I met him too. He was really awesome. I actually told him and the rest of the band because I actually ended up hanging out with Ensiferum at the bar later that night, and I actually told them all about my drunk video that I made of singing From Afar, and they thought it was hilarious. I actually got to chat with Petrie for 30 minutes during Opeth. That was awesome. But like I said about Dillinger, wow.
Well, we still got to talk about Catatonia. We can't forget Catatonia.
Well, you guys can talk about.
Well, as I said in the beginning, it was worth me going to the show just for Catatonia and Opeth alone, and this is the third time I've seen Catatonia play at the Worcester Palladium, and it was I believe back in 2007 on the Night is the New Day tour. It was the first time Catatonia had returned to the States in years, and they sold the place out at the Palladium, and I believe they played upstairs. And then I saw Catatonia again on the CD release show with Opeth for the Heritage album it was September 2011 when they did that first show at the Palladium.
I remember that. That was a week after I saw Arch.
And Catatonia opened for Opeth again. But seeing Catatonia the other night, last night, I can't even fucking remember what day it is anymore. Seeing them, the set was a little bit shorter, but this is probably some of the best performance I've seen from them, and they played a little of everything, but a lot of stuff from the new album, Dead End Kings, as well as some That Is the New Day material, and they have just gotten to a whole new level of heaviness and darkness live. They've killed it down with the smoke machines a little bit, but the atmosphere is still there, and people always think, Catatonia are kind of mellow when it comes to metal, but they were one of the heaviest bands of the entire night. I kept telling people you won't believe how heavy Catatonia is live, and they just slammed every song the whole night. My neck is still hurting from headbanging to Forsaker. I just,
I was honestly surprised at how mellow the pits were because I didn't feel like any pressure behind me whatsoever because I was like right up front for them.
I was hoping that the crowd wasn't bored for Catatonia, but like Catatonia is definitely a band that you want to home in on. But I felt like, you know, I mean, the crowd must have been up there for a reason and hoped that they were, but the crowd just didn't really seem to enjoy Catatonia too much, which is a shame, but I knew that there were some people in the front that were headbanging. And
if I wasn't hanging,
one of them.
That's what you should have been doing.
If I wasn't hanging out with Born of Osiris, I would have been watching them.
Yeah, Catatonia was.
I was distracted.
Awesome.
I was having way too many good laughs with Born of Osiris because they're my bros now. So
too many good kisses too.
No, I didn't get any kisses. Thank you. And then after Catatonia, Dillinger Escape Plan. My God.
Destroyed everything.
Literally destroyed everything. Like everything that was on stage. Like,
and it was like they had such a posse on stage with them. Like, did you see everyone that was side stage?
Yes.
Just like
I saw dudes from Born
watching with like such an excitement.
Who wouldn't watch Dillinger's side stage? Who wouldn't?
That's dangerous. Like the acts of violence that we saw on their own instruments as well as their own personal well-being.
Seriously,
is like
they went as far as freaking jumping behind the drum kit while the drummer was playing.
Yep,
they went that far.
Standing on top of the guitar player standing on top of both the full stacks at once. Yep. Standing on top of the light stacks. Jumping, they have carpets on stage. I mean, I can kind of see why, because they're going to break their knees if they don't have those carpets there.
Jumping off the stack, jumping into the crowds.
They had to clear the monitors out of the way because they were just throwing shit everywhere. Throwing mic stands around.
Cymbal stands with cymbals attached to them. Yeah. They destroyed everything.
Yeah. Crowd surfing with the instruments and the microphones.
Yep. He got hit in the face.
Yeah, singer towards the end of the set, he looks right at me and points at me, he's like, I'm going for you. I'm like, oh, fuck my life. And he jumps off, lands on me, I fall on my ass, and
I'm surprised you're still alive.
Yeah.
And not like bruised or anything.
I can't even believe, I saw Dillinger Escape Plan on the 2010's Van Warped Tour. And they played at 11:30 in the morning that day. That was it was crazy for them on stage, but nothing extreme.
This time, it was at the end of the night. They were a co-headliner, and the spotlight was on them, and they just rolled with it.
They were actually supposed to go on at 9 o'clock, but they didn't play until 9:15. So they got their set.
They got to cut off 15 minutes, but I mean, if they went on 15 minutes more, there would not be a stage left.
I honestly don't know.
There wouldn't be a stage left because I mean they destroyed half of the Opeth set. I mean they had the Opeth set up there all night, right and behind, but they caused a domino effect at the end when
they did
jumped on top of the drum kit. Drum kit fell over. Yeah. They fell into their own amps, and their amps dominoed into Michael Lagerfeld's dual amp setup, and just.
I'm surprised Michael didn't.
The feedback at the end, I don't know if that was a backing tape or if that was actually the amp.
I'm surprised that Michael didn't get pissed off.
He Mike's a chill guy. I'm pretty sure he doesn't care.
He doesn't give a shit.
In fact, Mike, when he came out, he honestly didn't think he was going to be able to follow up Dillinger. He said, I mean, he wasn't pissed. He honestly said, we're not going to be as crazy as Dillinger, but we're going to try our best to entertain you. And
right,
they definitely did that.
They did.
Yep. As you all know, I love Opeth, and I can't even remember how many times I've seen them at this point. But 2 hours of Opeth last night. And this was some of the best stuff that I've ever seen them play, setlist wise as well as performance wise.
Oh wait. Look at that. Opeth set list.
Spoiler.
This is what you get.
Spoiler alert if you don't want to... Whatever. So we have the set list here, and acoustic version of Demon of the Fall.
Oh my God. Yes.
That was one of the highlights
that was definitely
of the show highlights. Anyway. Regardless of whatever song they played after that, that was just
after
a once in a lifetime.
The highlights for me was they played my all-time favorite Opeth song, which is Ghosts of Perdition.
Yeah, and they also played
because I saw the set list from past shows, and that was the second song into the set because they opened with
Devil's Orchard.
Damn it! Yeah, we don't. They played that. Okay, mellowed as shit, and then There's like, this is the next one's going to be heavy for you guys. And I heard the freaking riff, and then the pit just
I'm so
exploded.
glad that they're doing heavier stuff again, because on the first 2 legs of the
I have
Heritage Tour, they started playing a little bit more mellow stuff.
I have 2 words. White Cluster.
Yes.
White Cluster. That was such an oddball
so
song from Still Life, but they nailed it live.
Oh my god.
It was like they were, you know, they played it so well. It was like they were back in '99 on the Still Life tour. Like it was.
I mean, I've never seen Opeth live before. This was my first time, and boy, I couldn't have asked for a better Opeth first time.
And they did play my all-time favorite Opeth song, Harlequin Forest.
Yeah,
that was the end of this. That was the end of the set before the encore, and I could not have been happier.
And they came out with the encore in Blackwater Park.
Didn't know if they were gonna play it though.
Yeah,
they didn't.
Question
mark, and they came and completely just demolished everything.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, like, since it was such a long day, I've never seen anyone fall asleep during Opeth, and there were a bunch of people in the audience that were falling asleep and did fall asleep during Opeth's set. And they certainly missed out on
one does not simply fall asleep during Opeth.
One does not.
One does not simply fall asleep during Opeth.
That's probably like one of the most like intense experiences of me watching Opeth before, because like I was just railing caffeine all day, just trying to stay awake.
Yeah, right.
But
the moshing kept me awake from all weekend because I was sore enough from day 1 and then
after Dillinger, it was just like
I stayed awake.
We were
I stayed as far away from the floor as possible when Dillinger played.
Yeah, we moved upstairs when the balcony opened up, and it was probably the better decision.
Yeah, it was.
I don't know about that. I came up pretty relatively unbruised. Aside from
I had a nice little battle. I have a nice little battle scar from Friday.
Oh wow. I didn't see that.
Jeez. That was during
actually.
That was during municipal waste. Not like it's a big thing, but that's just
this is nothing. This is just like floor burn, but still.
Yeah, I mean you were up front for Dillinger, so you lived to tell the tale.
You're a fucking trooper. You know that.
That's tale enough.
Oh yeah.
So I think that just about covers it.
Pretty much. Yeah. We were gonna wait.
It's quite a lot.
We were gonna wait after this. We were gonna wait after the show to meet Opeth, but it was really fucking cold.
It was
retardedly cold.
And then they came.
We gave it our best shot.
It was really cool. I still can't get over that I got to hang out with Enza Fairman and Tyr at the bar while Opeth was playing. That was awesome. They were all really nice.
And then we got to hug a keyboardist of Enza Fairman after that.
I got a picture with her and Jeannie from All That Remains because she was there too.
That was the very last thing we did.
Their lead guitar player gave me this pick.
Yep.
While I was talking to them. That was really fucking cool. They were. If you ever meet Enza Fairman, they're one of the nicest. They're some of the nicest people ever. They're really awesome. Really awesome dudes. And chick. Yes.
So, we will, since we are filming both of these reviews at the same time, we will close off at the same time. So that's gonna do it for this triple concert review of day 2 of New England Metal and Hardcore Fest. So take care, everyone, and I will see you next time with another review.
Peace out and keep it metal.
Leroy Jenkins.